Welcome to Just Vibing Vibes. Welcome. Let's talk about health. I know last time I talked about health a bit, so today I've decided to give you tips. And my tip number one when it comes to health is garlic. So today we're talking about garlic, the immune booster, and aloe vera, the wonder plant. First of all, we're going to talk about garlic, or the scientifically proven facts about garlic. Then we'll talk about how I use garlic. Then we'll talk about aloe vera, how I use it, how people use it obviously, but how I also use aloe vera and what aloe vera can actually do for you. So let's go. So first of all, there are 11 scientifically proven facts. I'm using an article on Healthline. I'm going to put it here on the screen so that way you can also see it with me. And if you want, I can put the link also underneath my description so you can actually read it for yourself at your own time. Okay, so it's written 11 proven health benefits of garlic. They say that let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. So anyway, in ancient times, garlic was not used. Like nowadays, we use garlic mostly for cooking and all that. But in ancient time, it was used for medicine mostly. Okay, so what? Number one, the 11 properties of the 11 proven health benefits. Number one is garlic contains compounds with potent medical properties. Okay, so now what they're talking about is that garlic has this compound. Garlic, the reason why garlic is good helps with your health is because of the sulfur compounds that it has. And this sulfur compounds only happens when garlic is chewed, crushed, or chopped up. So that's why you're advised that when you cook garlic, you actually kill the potent properties in it that does help. So it's better to either eat it, but I know lots of people are afraid of the smell. So, or you crush it and then whatever you want to do. I don't know what people do when they crush it. But anyway, the way I take garlic is I chop it and then I swallow it with water like it is medicine. I'm going to do a short video after this. I'm going to put on the side so that I show you how I chop it and how I swallow it like medicine, so that way you can actually see how I take garlic. So anyway, that is it. And the reason why I do it this way is because I get all the good properties. It helps the exact way it's supposed to. And also garlic does, and there is a potent okay, I will just read it as it is written here. They say perhaps the most famous of those is known as allicin. However, allicin is an unstable compound that is only briefly present in fresh garlic. So that means after garlic is chopped up, take it immediately, because the allicin, which is the strongest of the compounds, the one that actually does most of the work, would not last there for long because it's very unstable. So take it early. And then some other compounds that it has apart from the allicin is disulfide and S-allicitane or cetane. I would put the names there so that you can see it. But those sulfur compounds are the reasons, but they are better when they're chopped up, crushed, or eaten. So I chop it up. So that is one of the benefits. Another benefit is garlic is highly nutritious but has very few calories. That's for people that are trying to lose weight or they don't want to. Though it has it has magnesium, vitamin B6, vitamin C, selenium, and fiber. 0.06 grams of fiber in 3 grams of raw garlic. And yeah, so that is also one of the benefits. So it has it gives a lot of things that are nutritious for the body. But then garlic can combat sickness, including the common cold. Now this is where I use it for, because I'm in the UK. Here the weather is confused. One day is cold, the next day is hot. Like literally it can be cold in the morning and hot in the afternoon, and then cold in the evening again. So you see, it's just like the weather is just there to promote sickness. That's what I'm going to say. Sorry UK people, but really the weather is just there to promote sickness. So what I do is that when this weather is like this, I try at least to swallow garlic at night before I go to bed, at least 3 times in a week. So that does help, so that way I don't have cough. If you know me well, you see that I hardly ever cough. Like I hardly ever fall sick. I hardly ever have flu, cold, any of those things because of my garlic. Like I swear by garlic. Like anybody that knows me know that I'm gonna advise you, just chop garlic and swallow. You chop it in pieces, you swallow it water like it's medicine. You don't have to touch it with your hand. There's a way you hold the knife, you just chop it in the chopping board. You can use that knife, take spoon, put it into the spoon, put in your mouth, and then just swallow your water, and that's that. Like literally, that's that. And then you brush your teeth and go to bed, and that's it. You will not smell. At least throughout the night, you might sweat it out or whatever. Then in the morning, once you shower, nobody would even know that you actually took garlic. I'm telling you, nobody will know. Try this and see. If you're in Nigeria or any other African country, I don't know, the ones in Nigeria are actually stronger. Remember, because I have been doing garlic a long time ago, not now. So back home, I used to take like twice in a week because it's more stronger. So the smell would last longer. So I used to take it like, let's say a day. If I take it the day that I know that I'm not going anywhere, so by the next day it's already faded. Yeah. So, but it still doesn't smell out on your skin. But then maybe if you talk too close to someone, they might perceive it. But yeah. But I was just scared of the smell anyway, because I think in Nigeria people are always like scared of garlic. So I don't know if it was smelly, people were perceiving it. I was just very conscious about it. So it could have been me and not them. But I know that the ones in Nigeria are actually stronger. Okay, so that's one of that's number 2. No, that's number 3 rather. Then now garlic can reduce blood pressure. So for all those that have high blood pressure, garlic can help you with that. And then at number 5, it says that garlic can improve cholesterol level, which may lower the risk of heart disease. We know that lots of people don't even know that they have heart disease and our hearts. Imagine, for me, I feel like you have to be proactive with your health. So taking garlic can actually help before you even have those health issues to combat it. And then let's go to number 6. This is 11. This in fact I talk about how I take my garlic. Okay, I've already talked about how I take garlic actually. So yeah. So number 6, garlic contains antioxidants that may help prevent Alzheimer's disease and dementia. We all know that the rate at which people have Alzheimer's and dementia now is alarming. Lots of people like from 70 and above, even below that, are having Alzheimer's and dementia. And if you don't know what that means, it means that you start losing your memory. There are different ways that it happens. Like dementia, they lose a particular part of the memory. So they might lose the older memory. So they might be remembering themselves young. They might see their child and like they'll be looking at their grandchild as their child, and they don't know who their child is, and sometimes then they might remember. So it's all about losing memories, both dementia and Alzheimer's. So this garlic itself can help to prevent it. So that's to tell you how it is. I call it the immune booster, but it's also a wonder food, to be honest. And then garlic may help you live longer. Ooh, can you see? The potential effects of garlic on longevity are basically impossible to prove in humans, but given the beneficial effects on important risk factors like blood pressure, it makes sense that garlic could help you live longer. Yeah. If you have low blood pressure, or your normal blood pressure, and then you don't have, your health is good, your memory is good, then there's a higher chance that you're going to live longer. And it does improve athletic performance. That's why there are supplements. This is 8. And then 9, eating garlic may help detoxify heavy metals in the body. We know that like because of the impurities that are in the air nowadays, there are lots of metals that we're even breathing in. Some of them are already in our food. So this can help to break it down. So taking garlic alone can even help with that, especially if you live in a place where they do a lot of their refineries and all the other stuff in there. You don't know what you're inhaling, or any kind of plants, that has the chemical plants or processing plants. Then taking garlic would be really, really helpful for you. And then so people that live in old houses, you do have mercuries and some other things in it. So all those, so taking garlic actually will really, really, really be helpful for you with heavy metals in your body. And then garlic may improve bone health. This one say may improve. There's been no human study, so yeah, that's why they say may. And then 11, garlic is easy to include in your diet and tastes absolutely delicious. That one, I don't know. I don't know. Like if you have to take it raw, if you cook it, yeah, it tastes good. But then if you have to take it raw, really, it's easy to include in your diet. But if it's more potent when you take it raw, so I don't know about the delicious parts. That one I don't know. But all these things, garlic. Okay, why do I take garlic? Okay, the way I take garlic is, sometimes, like when you want to have cold and you can just feel your throat, immediately I chop garlic. I don't care if it's morning, afternoon, night, whatever time. It's better for me. I like to take it at night. But if I'm not being proactive, if sometimes I'm just lazy to take it, then I start before to even prevent even that from happening. But the moment I feel anything, I just chop my garlic. I chop 2 cloves of garlic. I just chop it, put it, swallow it. That is that. I'm telling you, if it's in the day, in less than 4 hours, that throat, whatever, is gone. that is my way that I take garlic. But so mostly I just swallow garlic. My mom taught me that a long time ago, and I've just stuck with that. So I always swallow garlic. So now let's go straight to aloe vera, because I've talked about garlic for a long time, but this is really, really important. This is my tip for health. I can't remember the last time I went to the hospital, to be honest. I don't think I've ever even really gone to the hospital before in my life. But I've not been really, really sick, because I remember when I started taking garlic again, I used to fall sick when the weather changes. You know, like here, when it gets from summer to, spring to summer, I fall sick. Then summer to autumn, I fall sick. Then autumn to winter, I fall sick. So I just used to fall sick every time weather changes. So, and considering that the weather in this country changes, I was just always falling sick. I'll be taking all the Lemsip and all the other these things to get myself back. And then it got worse when I started working nights. So as I was working nights, I realized that I was falling sick a lot. And I was in hospitality, and cold and flu means that you're going to stay at home, which means that you don't make as much money because you get paid if you go to work. So then I just decided, oh, I'm going to start taking garlic. So I just started taking garlic, and then I would drink, obviously, lemon and ginger and all the other stuff. But garlic was the main thing, because if I take garlic, then I don't even fall sick to even start taking lemon and ginger. But I just take lemon and ginger tea, because it's always good to take tea, especially when you're living in a cold environment. So that was it. But garlic was the main thing that I always used to take. And I realized that the moment I started taking garlic, I stopped falling sick. Like literally, weather can change. I just stopped taking medicines, to be honest. But then weather can change and nothing happens. Like I don't even fall sick anyway, because before it does, I'm being proactive. So that did help. Okay, so now let's move swiftly to aloe vera. Okay, aloe vera is used on everything nowadays. You see aloe vera in your toothpaste. You see aloe vera as in your mouthwash. They always just put it. They don't really use aloe vera like in that quantity, because if you check the ingredients. But aloe vera is really good. That's why they try to put it in everything: your cream, your soap, your toothpaste, your everything. Tea, aloe vera for hair. So I will tell you the way I use aloe vera. I drink aloe vera tea. Like there was a period of time that before I go to bed every night, I drink aloe vera tea. And aloe vera tea is bitter, by to be honest, I cannot tell you what drinking the aloe vera tea does for me, but I just feel like it cleanses my body. And then it's like it's bitter, so it does help to level out like my sugar. That's what I think. So this is not scientifically proven. This is me thinking. Okay, but one thing I've used aloe vera for, that I have done experiment and I have proven, is this. When I was growing up, we used to have like aloe vera, like a bed of aloe vera in the front of our house and the garden. And whenever I have one pimple, because I hardly had pimples, thank God, but whenever I had one, I was jobless, obviously. I would take the aloe vera, wash my face, I take aloe vera, just use my fingers, my nails to get it up, rub it there, and leave it. It dries up, I use my finger again, rub it there. I'll just be looking at it. It dries up, you will notice as it's drying up, the pimple will start reducing. If you do this, you will notice that after a while, the pimple would actually literally disappear from your face. Try it. I'm telling you, this one, I did it when I was younger, and it works every time. So I'll just sit down there and continue doing it until the pimple disappears. That was my trick for whenever I had pimples on my face. So that's how good aloe vera is. But now, as I am now older, what do I use aloe vera for? Okay, the first thing I use aloe vera for, I use aloe vera every day. Like every day, I use aloe vera for mouthwash. Now, when I finish brushing my teeth, I oil pull. So after brushing my teeth, I use coconut oil to oil pull. After oil pulling, then I use aloe vera for mouthwash. Always, morning and night, aloe vera for mouthwash. It does help to keep your gum healthy, and you just notice, like, it's really good to, considering that our water has a high level of fluoride in it, like in this country has fluoride in it, so it does help to keep my teeth and my mouth healthy. So I use aloe vera mouthwash every day. As mouthwash every day. Okay, another thing that you can use, that I use aloe vera for, is for my hair. I don't care whether you think you have the fuzzy hair, any kind of hair, like the most difficult hair to comb, or there's no hair that's that difficult to comb if you continually maintain it, but I do understand. All I'm going to say to you is this: take aloe vera. Like, go and buy aloe vera there. Aloe vera in all these shops, like if you go to all these places where they sell pepper and all those kind of stuff, they just sell aloe vera. Then the Pakistani shops, they sell aloe vera. You can get aloe vera, wash your aloe vera, take it, cut it, open in the middle. What I would say is don't blend it. If you blend it, what it does, it leaves white particles in your hair. Because if you blend it, and then even if you use like a wig cap or any of those things, or a tights, like maybe use your used tights, the one you've already used that is torn, but then you cut the part that is not torn, and you can use that. Or you can use anything that you need to sieve it out. But I would say the best thing is to use a wig cap. Just buy a new wig cap. It's not that expensive. So then you get the aloe vera. Don't blend it. I say use your fingers. Aloe vera is like this. You use your finger. See the way it is, and get it like that out. Like this. See the way I'm using my hand like this. Use your fingers to scrub, like to get it, and get the like is in the gel, like gel. Get it out as much as you can. Just put it in a plate and just do like that. Get all the gel out. You will see that sometimes some of them will come out in block, but then it will be all drawy and all this, and that's the best way. Then when you've gotten as much as you want, you put that in the wig cap, and then you squeeze, and then this, and it will still be dry, but at least lots of it will come out. And then the one inside the wig cap you can throw away. Now that gel that is out, now use it for your hair. Just use it all over your hair. Massage it into your hair. I don't care if you like. You've not combed your hair for a whole year. Just use that aloe vera in your hair. Leave it for a while. If you've not combed your hair for a whole year, then you use comb, and you use your hand first. You just see how it will start like detangling, and then if you use comb, it will just be, your hair will be so coily, and then it will just just comb out, and you will have less breakage. Like everything is like, it deep conditions your hair. And then you leave it like that for a while. Then you wash your hair, and then you wash your hair, and then that's it. Wash your hair with your shampoo, conditioner. That's the way I use aloe vera all the time. Then another thing I use aloe vera for is, I use aloe vera like the way I just talked about it. Like, so I've squeezed it out, then that gel now add it into the blender now. Then I'll add avocado in that blender. Then I'll add some oils like sweet almond oil, black castor oil, black seed oil, avocado oil, which other oil do I use? Just some of those oils, and then put them together and blend it. Now when I blend it with the oils that I've added to it, you can even use olive oil, coconut oil, yeah, add all of that in, blend it. After I blend it, then I use it as a deep conditioner. So that means after I'm done washing my hair, then I can use it. I use that maybe it's a good treatment for hair. I use it like once in a month. So then I put it in the hair, I tie it up, and I leave it for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then I wash it off. So these are the ways I use aloe vera for myself. But I think you can use aloe vera for if you have like all the eczemas, anything, any skin, like you feel like your skin is looking a kind of way, just rub aloe vera there. At night, you can use it for your face. Like before you go to bed, after you wash your face, use the aloe vera gel. Just open it up and just rub it on your face. You can either sleep with it if you want. You will see it will tighten your face, like, you know what I mean, it to feel. But you can either leave it and sleep with it if you want, or you can wash it off. So aloe vera is something you can actually leave in, or you can wash it off. Like for me, if I want to leave my hair out and I want to just leave the hair out, I would just use the aloe vera gel, like I said. But that is when I've actually washed the hair, and I just comb it out, use water, use aloe vera gel, and just comb it out, and use some oil on it to seal this thing in, and that's it, and I'm good to go. So this is all I have for today. So garlic, very, very important for your good health. I'm telling you, just try as much as possible, swallow garlic possibly twice a week before you go to bed, and you will see yourself not falling sick. Now I have one story. I know I've talked for long, but there's this story I feel like is very important, and I forgot about it when it comes to garlic. When I was in Nigeria, I think this was, let's say, between 2000, I think maybe 2012 or something like that. I can't remember exactly when this was. No, not 2012. I was here 2012, and 2008 maybe. I went to my uncle's place during holiday, and I remember it was summer holiday or something like that. Yeah, it was summer holiday, and I went to my uncle's place, and everybody was full. No, close to Harmattan period, so it's not summer. Everybody was falling sick, like everybody. My sister was there with me. My sister fell sick. His daughter fell sick. There's one of our relatives that was there also fell sick. I was the only one that did not fall sick. And the only reason I did not fall sick was I was taking garlic. So everybody went to hospital. So it was really serious. No, I don't think. They went to hospital. One of the other relative that was there was actually really, really sick. And when I was taking the garlic, everyone was like, back home they hate garlic. Like it's like they know garlic is good, but they say, when white people's breath or Igbo people's breath, it's only white people that like to take it, but they don't understand that it's actually really, really good for you. So I am telling you for a fact, if you want optimal health, you want to not fall sick when weather changes or anything like that. So when you get stomata in Nigeria, that's the sickness period. Just try and be swallowing garlic as much as you can at night before you go to bed. You don't have to chew it. Just chop it up. You don't have to touch it. Swallow it, brush your teeth, brush your tongue properly. Use mouthwash after it doesn't matter. And you go to bed. And just see how everybody around you will be falling sick, coughing, sneezing, whatever, and you will be fine. So that is my tip for today. I hope this was really helpful, to be honest. I just thought about it because lots of people, in fact, the people around me that know me, they're like, why are you not talking about health? Why are you not talking about health? Because they know that I'm very, 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 very health conscious. So today I just thought, okay, since I started about health, there's one more thing about health I'm going to talk about next week, and then we can round up the health segment, except you guys want more about health. So I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.